Hey guys, it's me. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through as quick as I can on this short video, a report that I have been sending all the leaders within Zeal. But I wanted to coach you on how to actually use this report because it's going to be critical to getting more submitting agents per week and really giving you a little direction as to how to coach some of your people that are either very consistent or very inconsistent. So this is what it looks like. And so it's multiple pages. And so guys, what you'll do is you'll take your roster. And by the way, your roster is located in the 50K unit. So go down to your tab. So like for example, I've got Ryan Drysdale pulled up. And on the left-hand side here, you can see his roster. I'll just highlight a bunch of them. So you see, all those people are on Ryan's roster. These are all people that have produced this year, at least one app over the course of the year, or new agents that are supposed to be producing at some point very soon. So you want to take your roster, so go to the Zeal 50,000 units, look at your roster, and then match it up with, and just go through each page of this report. You want to print this out every week, and just go through each page and circle the people that are part of your roster. So so here's what you do with this. So for example, let's take this representative. Let's look at Kimberly Hunter. So you see Kimberly Hunter right here. She's only written business in 1 week. It was the second week of the year. So guys, if I knew Kimberly was still around and she could write business, what I would do is literally call Kimberly, and here's the conversation. I'm going to do this with every single person on my roster that can produce insurance. I'm going to call Kimberly, say, hey Kimberly, I've seen you at the meetings and I appreciate you coming in. I just wanted to talk about what you've done so far this year. The most recent report of all the numbers from your year shows that you've only written business once. Looks like you sold one policy for $298 in premium the second week of the year. But the last 5 weeks, it doesn't look like you've done anything. So Kimberly, here's what I'm going to ask of you. I'm going to ask you to get on the board in the next week. Can you do that? And then we're going to look at this again, and I want to start to see a consistent trend of you getting on the board at least 3 or 4 out of 4 weeks in the month. So again, you've written business 1 out of 7 weeks this year. So, you know, part of my question to you as well is, Kimberly, what are you actually doing with your time? Because I've never seen this happen, that somebody writes such little business with so much time. So then let's go to a totally different example. Let's go to Vivian Lee. So here's Vivian, and she's written business in 4 out of 7 weeks in the year. And I know that Vivian started the first week that she wrote business. So she's written business in 4 out of 5 weeks that she's been with the company. So I'm going to call Vivian, and I'm going to say, Vivian, I'm going to say the same thing. I've been going through the reports and looking at your numbers and trying to see some trends, and I'm really impressed, Vivian. You've written business 4 out of 5 weeks in the year. Kudos to you. Keep it up. That's how you get things started off. But Vivian, I see a trend here. It looks like your first week you wrote 2,000, and the numbers have gone down every single week since then. So let's talk about that, because we definitely want to get you on pace to do 2,500 every single week. So Vivian, can I count on you to make some changes to get to 2,500 a week? That's about 2 more apps on a weekly basis. And I ask her that direct question. She says, yeah, I can do that. Okay, well, that's what we're going to focus on, and that's what we're going to be tracking. Here in a couple of weeks, we're going to look at this report again and see what the trends show us. All right, so now I go to my, guys, to my third team member. I'll do one more quick example here. And that team member is, let's see, let's use Matthew Taff. So I look at Matthew Taff, and he's only written business 1 week, and it was just a couple weeks ago. And let's say Matthew's still kind of with it. I'm going to call Matthew. Again, here's what I say. Hey Matthew, George Zimney here. Hey, hope you're well. How's everything going? He says it's going fine. Hey Matthew, I just pulled up the most recent sales report, and I'm just looking at some of the trends of some of our reps that we really believe in, like you. And Matthew, I see that you've only written business. You wrote 3 apps for $2,500 in premium 3 weeks ago, but you haven't written anything since. So what I'm going to ask of you, Matthew, because our team has a really a clear and concise objective, and we want to get everybody that can write with us on the board every week, or at least do our very best to make that happen. And so I'm going to ask that you write business in the next week. Let's start small. Let's just focus on one app over the next week. Can you do that? Can you pull your weight? And he says yes. Guys, the point is, go through, circle your people, go through each one, call them. Don't text, don't email, call them, and then call them again, and then call them again. Talk to them about the trend, good or bad, and then you always want to offer advice as well as a clear expectation of what you're going to ask them to do to contribute to the greater whole and to start to progress if they're doing well, or to start to get on track, which sometimes means writing a policy. Ask them directly, can you produce insurance this week and pull your weight? And then guys, the next week you do it again, and the next week you do it again. So that's how you use this in conjunction with your active roster on the 50,000 units. All right, guys, let's keep moving the needle forward. I appreciate your leadership, and I'm going to start to send some of these training videos to you on a weekly basis. Talk to you soon.